Welcome or welcome back to the Collected Traveler. I am Debbie.
I'm David.
And we sell clothes online for a profit. And we're going to show you some of the items that we picked up over the weekend.
Excellent. So starting out, we're going to go with hats. It's really something that's become a staple for us and something we enjoy. And the more unique, the better. So this is a Columbia hat. It's got the Georgia Bulldog embroidered into that.
That's what makes it a pickup.
Yeah. So whenever I saw this, I saw Columbia and I'm sort of like, maybe. And then I spun it around and saw this embroidered in. Oh yeah, we got to pick that up. So for something like this, what do you think?
That's going to go in the 30s and it's going to go really fast. The Georgia, they've got a couple different logos, but whenever you got that mascot on here, that is making it really desirable for people.
Excellent. All right, the next one is Atlanta Falcons. So this is obviously an embroidered hat, but the cool thing about it is by Mitchell and Ness. And so I know we've learned together Mitchell and Ness is a really good brand for from a hat's perspective. Nice, clean hat. That's one of the things that as we look at hats, we could do some cleanup on them, but we don't want to spend a lot of time with it. So whenever you have this colorway and it's in this condition, good pickup.
Yeah, that's great. Throw them in the washing machine. Very easy.
All right, and then from a ball cap perspective, last but not least, LSU Tigers. So again, you can see that this is not Mitchell and Ness. It is it's a little bit of an older one, but again, it'll be one of those, as we just said, we'll throw into the wash or go. But college teams, especially prominent ones, SEC in particular, not knocking the rest of the schools, but they do well.
I just like them for the colors for the outfits. I know nothing about the teams, and this has the tiger on it, which makes it really cute. So I'd pick it up just for an outfit.
Yeah, you have a sequin shirt, I think, somewhere in the inventory. Maybe that could be an outfit for you as well. That would be an outfit.
Yes, the razzle-dazzle outfit. I like that.
Yeah. So the next one, a little bit of an intro to this. We've been out thrifting together a few days over the weekend and such. And one of those times we came across somebody who had basically beat us to a couple of items.
Saw her in line with a big old cowboy hat. Yeah, it's killing me.
And I was like, man, that looks like it'd be a great pickup, a great find. I hope that we find one. Well, we found one on Saturday. And so this is a new thing for us. We've not had these before, but the brand is El General. It's a limited edition. And again, by virtue of the colorway and just the embroidery and stuff, I know you probably have some thoughts on the embroidery in that.
I love it.
It's a great pickup.
Yeah. It's got great detail, great color. It's like Aztec, Navajo, and this would be something that would be super collectible and desirable. So I'm excited to look this one up a little bit more, but this is great.
But now hold that for just a second.
Okay.
Because then I found something else. And keep in mind, I'm a rookie whenever it comes to looking at different styles and things like that. Yeah, that's a good look for you.
It doesn't fit at all.
So I found this jacket, and this jacket's by Carol Little, and it's a linen blend, but heavily embroidered, I would say, as a guy, bedazzled. But
it's got little wood beading on it.
That's the bedazzlement to me.
It's really pretty.
Yeah. And so the back of it and such, but as we were looking at this, I thought, hey, pick that hat up there again.
So I know I probably have it backwards.
Hey! We can always do bundles, people. We do that. So keep that in mind if you're interested.
Yeah. That's really cool. That actually would be a super cute little outfit right there. All right, what's next?
All right, and not saying that you need a pair of pants to go along with that, but if you did, Peter
Party
Millar,
on the top, business on the bottom.
That's right. Peter Millar blue pants here, size 38. These good brand, solid brand, do well for us.
Almost.
Yeah. They nice feel, nice style. But what do you think for something like this?
30s.
30s?
Yep, maybe low 40s. Yeah.
All right.
That's really cool to the touch, too. That'd be great summer.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so I've got just a couple more, then we'll get to yours. So now this wouldn't go with that outfit at all.
It could. I'm seeing the colors. It would
Okay, you're
really,
seeing
it
the
would just,
colors?
yeah, it really
Okay,
would. Yeah.
this is where I still have an untrained eye, and I'm leaning on you. But ties, we've talked about these at other videos, and so the pattern on this one is pretty cool. It's got a geometric, like a red, white, and blue, but again, it's by Polo Ralph Lauren, and you can see from our Goodwill what we pay for those. So it's $2.99. Sometimes we even pay as little as $1.99 for them as well, and usually that's the majority.
Yeah.
But ties are great. We have very good success with them. Again, you put it in a bag. This is like 2 to 3 ounces, next to nothing to store. If you've got access to ties, I strongly advocate taking a look at those. But again, just as with any type of clothing accessory,
Look it up.
that's right. That's right. Brand specific. And even within the brands, what makes it stand out? And so any additional thoughts?
I just say definitely look up ties. There's a lot of them out there, and a lot of the typical mall brand ties, there's too many out there. You're going to be holding it for forever, but there's something about this Polo Ralph Lauren that draws people to them. But again, just the design is what you're wanting to look for. It'll make it either unique or not. So pay attention to that.
All right. And then for this next one, this is one where I was out without her, but it was my phone a friend time. I was having some connectivity issues with the internet. And so Diamond Head Sportswear. This is one that I had heard of before, but didn't truly know a lot about. But I love the pattern for this.
A lot.
It's vintage, and the size is good. It's not outstanding. It's a large. But anytime I can find that, we'll take that and run with it. But again, you can see
those
the
old
pattern.
Sport cars.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't say it's a sports car. It's more of that wagon. I know there's a name for it. Somebody can tell us what it is. Somebody can tell us what it is. I don't think it's that. But what do you think about?
Be careful what you Google, people.
That's right. What do you think about this one?
I think it's going to be 30s on up. When you told me that you had found this brand and you told me, look it up. When I went into research, I saw one of these from this brand sold for like $300. And then I quickly asked him what was on the pattern of the shirt that he found. I don't remember what the details were behind the one that was sold for $300, but they were consistently selling like 30s and above. Certainly that 300 one is one to look out for. But that's really cool. They got Diamond Head Sportswear.
All right. The next couple I'm going to let you do, then I'll finish up with the last one.
Yes. Yeah. You can always tell that the things that have like a panache and, a lot of detail. I am very either vintage linens, florals, or very preppy conservative. It's a thing. But J. McLaughlin, this is a great brand, very classic styles, and they don't always sell the fastest. Great quality, but this is going to be like mid 30s on up. Great for the office. And so anybody who knows that you have to dress up for the office, that stuff is very expensive. So I'd love to pick that up at a good deal.
All right, here you go.
All right, this is a cool set. So this is Free People Beach. And so I didn't find a lot this day, but I was excited to find this set. It's in great condition and great size as an extra large. It's like a taupey gray, would you say?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And
really cool.
Yeah, you've got the pants here, whatever you want.
Yeah, the legs on these pants are really interesting. They're like jogger style bottom. They're very like flowy with this extra pleated detail. I think that's super cool. Be cute with both sandals or tennis shoes, I think. But really cool, like beachy summer vibe. And I think it's a great little outfit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sandals or tennis shoes. You would be looking good.
Some little flip-flops or sandals.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
And so then the last find is a good one in regards to whatever I started getting into this, she had the specialties she's already talked about. And so obviously I wanted to help her, but get more into the men's. And then backpacks and outdoors and things like that was just something I was just naturally drawn to. And so we've accumulated a few backpacks and stuff, and they've been really good movers for us. There's some learning that's gone. The's some that have been around a little longer than what we want.
Stay away from diaper bags.
Yes, diaper bags. Oh my God, they're not
miserable. Hey, we're running a sale in our store, by the way.
Right.
If you need a diaper bag.
That's right. But this brand, the North Face, is an outstanding backpack brand. And what we see is really they're year long that they'll sell, but they really peak as we go into hiking season right around this time now.
It's branching
then,
up right now,
Right, and then as you look at folks going back to school and knowing that school starts August, September timeframe for different areas across the country, we try to be sensitive to that. But you look for the brand or the subcategory within that. Like you can see here, this is Recon, and it's usually down in that bottom corner of it, or either along the bottom as well. But this is extremely clean. We've seen some before that had a little bit more wear and tear on them, a little bit dirtier and stuff, but I haven't done anything to this and doubt I'll have to do anything. But front and back, this is really a clean, good looking backpack. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's going to be in the 50s because it is in such great shape. We have sold backpacks like this last summer during the hiking season that have had quality issues. On these sides, these mesh pockets, you know, where you put your water bottle or whatever, it's not unusual that they'll develop tear over the years. We actually had one and mended it and just disclosed the fact that it was mended, and it did really well in the 30s still for something that had a flaw. So yeah, I think key thing with these, because they are very seasonal, you have to think about trying to list them knowing that it may take up to 90 days to sell. So you don't want to put it up too late in the season. This is prime time, probably now through June is probably the prime time to get them up and listed. But it's great deal.
Yeah, the other thing is think about how you have to ship them too.
Yeah.
The North Face aren't that bad. You can get them into a poly bag that we use traditionally, but we've even went and gotten backpacks.
Like the day packs with like the metal rods. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so those can be an adventure to as far as the ship and stuff. And I'll say honestly, with some, we haven't done as well when it's come to the shipping.
It's true.
Our shipping costs went up a little bit. So again, this is an educational time for us with all of this. I just want to pass that along to you. Great idea as far as to grab them and snag them. Just make sure you do your research appropriately on shipping, weight, size of the box in particular, and go from there.
Absolutely. Well, I think we had a really good mix of things this time around.
Agreed.
So I'm excited to get them up and see how quickly they go.
Excellent. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time and look forward to talking to you again in the near future.
See you in the next one.